Well, hey, babe. It's Jamie. That's me here. Okay, welcome back to my channel, honey. Listen, we got to go ahead and talk about love and marriage in Huntsville. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's get into that. You know, we got to talk about it. What's up, y'all? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Happy Sunday, everybody. I hope your day is going awesome. Hey, Nikki, what's going on? What's up, Lavita? What's up, honey? Hey, Tamara, what's going on? Hey, Hannah B. Hannah B 601 Diva, Westall, Angel Eyes. What's going on, everybody? Come on into the room. Come on in, honey, so that we could talk about a few things, okay? Did y'all enjoy the episode last night? Hey, Yolanda, what's up? What's up? April, K.A., what's going on, Lily? Hey, y'all. Episode was cute. What's going on? Authentically Young, Kevin, Miss Keita. What's up? Hey, Monique. What's up, honey? Okay, episode was definitely cute. Let's get into some things. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about it. So Destiny has a cover shoot. She has a cover shoot with Hype Hair magazine. So shout out to Destiny for that. Okay, because I definitely used to be one of the ones that would collect the little Hype magazine too, the little Hype hair and all the other ones, girl. Okay, I used to cut them things up, put them on my walls and stuff like that. So we saw each other when she said that. Okay, now her dad stopped by, and it looks like he brought her some flowers and stuff. That was really sweet of him to, you know, stop by and things. And we get to see her son Law. Law is such a cutie pie to me. He is just too cute. Okay, now her dad, he tells her how proud of her he is because she said that she was going to make him proud at some point. So, you know, he said he's really proud of her. He wished the grandmother would be able to see her at this time. And I thought that was a really sweet moment, okay? Because for Destiny, I'm sure she was glad to hear that. Y'all know she had went through this divorce. They weren't together for more than a year, I don't think, or at least right at a year. Okay, and she had just had the baby, and then they ended up getting a divorce. So to be able to continue to, you know, truck along, even with you going through the emotional ups and downs of what you're going through, feeling like you may be a failure just a little bit, but still making things happen and being successful. So I'm like, okay, I like this. Okay, shout out to Destiny for, you know, keep going and, you know, doing what she got to do. But I understand that she probably may be really hard on herself at times too, especially with her wanting to make people proud as well. So yeah, what you said, Wendy, still not feeling, we said still not feeling Miss Tiffany, okay, and her cheap outfits. Girl, I'm not going to deal with you today. Okay, what's going on, Kimberly? Hey, Alicia, what's up? All right, so Tisha decides to stop by. Miss Tisha stopped by. She get a chance to meet Destiny's dad. Destiny told me she finna introduce him to Miss Wanda. I said, why would you want to do that? What is that about? Why would you want to introduce him to Miss Wanda? Don't Miss Wanda got a whole husband? And she said two men's on the side. Ain't that's what she said? You want your daddy to be the third? No, ma'am. Miss Wanda couldn't meet my father. No, ma'am. That's dead, girl. No, ma'am. Tisha and Destiny get a chance to have a sit down. Okay, so they ended up talking. Tisha lets her know how proud of her she is in so many words, you know, for keeping it going with everything that she's been going through. Okay, so yeah, Destiny don't really want to talk about that, right? Destiny kills me with not wanting to talk about her life on a reality show. I can't take it. Okay, so Destiny don't really want to talk about that, so she throws the conversation back at Tisha, and she's like, well, girl, tell me how things, you know, was for you when we was out there in Vegas. I want to know your thoughts, so let me know. Okay, so then Tisha lets her know that the point of the trip was to celebrate friendship. And I said, was it? I thought it was to celebrate the marriage of you and your husband being together for 15 years. Now it was the celebration of friendship. Okay, I guess. Destiny says, well, do you think that it was accomplished? And she said, well, you know, kind of like 50-50, maybe a little bit, but I feel like Tiffany was out there. She was just doing a whole lot. She was doing the most, okay? Tisha says that Tiffany speaks on being transparent, but she felt like she wasn't being transparent with the ladies. She was transparent with everybody else's business. I agree with Miss Tisha on that. She definitely was, and Destiny also agreed. And Destiny says, yeah, we know nothing about her relationship aside from her forcing her man to marry her. And Tisha said, well, wait a minute, you know, it was a surprise. It was a surprise, girl. Destiny said, okay, come on, honey. They was in the middle of a baseball field. I mean, who finna turn her down at that point? Girl, he ain't had no choice but to say yes. Mr. Destiny, girl, you was wrong, but I understand. I understand you was throwing the shade, okay? She also highlights the fact that Tiffany continues to not be able to read the room, honey. Thank you so much for the super chat, Kevin. Thank you. Mia, hype hair owner, featured on last night's episode, was one of the main cast of Married to Medicine season 2. Mia. Did they take a picture? I feel like they took a picture with her and put it on IG. Because I kept looking at her face and I'm like, I've seen her before. Where have I seen her? Where have I seen her? Was she on Married to Medicine ATL or LA? It must have been Married to Medicine. You said season 2, so it must have been Married to Medicine Atlanta. Not necessarily sure, but I was looking at her picture when they posted it. I was like, she looks familiar. But okay, that's what's up. That's what's up. Tisha, this is after Destiny said that Miss Girl don't be reading the room. Tisha also says, when you know someone is doing wrong, then you have to speak up, because being in this group. Okay, so it was LA. Okay, gotcha. Okay, that's where it was. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I knew she looked familiar. So Tisha says, being with this group, okay, you know, when somebody do something wrong, you gotta call them out for it. I was like, Tisha, what you talking about when you don't like to be called out at all? What are you talking about? Wait, what? I'm confused, girl. I guess, honey. Destiny brings up Mel supporting Tiffany, and Destiny feels as though Mel needs to fall back. Okay, she says sometimes she feel like if Tiffany gonna bring that work, let her fall back so she can get this work right on back. Understand what Miss Destiny was saying. Okay, Destiny continues to say that Mel is the reason they haven't hashed out their issues. I 1000% disagree with Tiffany on that. No, ma'am. Mel is not the reason that y'all have not hashed out your issues. You are the reason. You and Tiffany are the reason why y'all have yet to hash out your issues, okay? Do not put that on Mel just because you feel like Mel is out here supporting her friend, okay? I feel like one or both of y'all should have went to each other to have a conversation to resolve conflict. But I can understand if Tiffany felt like things was kind of good because she apologized to you at the little Taco Tuesday thing or whatever y'all had. So she probably thinking all is well, but you the one continuing to walk around and holding on to the issue. So maybe you should have pulled her to the side and said, yo, let's have a talk, like I think she ended up doing anyway. Okay. Now, Destiny brings up Tisha and Mel. Okay. And she said, you know, when you and Mel were going through y'all stuff, were you expecting Kimmy to have your side? And then Tisha says that she stopped expecting Kimmy to have her side. And I'm like, Tisha, that wasn't the question. Okay. Originally, girl, the question was, did you feel like did you expect her to have your back? And she said, I just stopped. So girl, you did in the beginning. You definitely did. But anyway, she said she just stopped having expectations. Like she ended up stopping having expectations for, she stopped having expectations for her husband. Let me see what y'all are saying. Not hoeing. Oops. Say what? She's hoeing through a messy divorce. Oh, you said going. She's going through a messy divorce now herself. Leah from Married to Medicine. Oh, okay. I did not know that. Let's see. She is confused. Tisha need to worry about Marlo, not Marcel. Okay. Tisha confuses me. She isn't assertive. She told Tiffany they are cool, but shades Tiffany while with Destiny. Tisha should just stop acting like she's cool with Tiffany, but in real life, she was bothered. I agree with that as well, Claire, because I was wondering that, like you're saying that she's the issue, but when you had the chance to talk to her the next morning, you didn't address your issues with her. So I agree with you on that 1000%. Give me 1 second, y'all. I just need to check something. Okay, yes, I need to update that. Okay, cool. All right. Moving on, honey, moving on. Okay. Tisha says that she was over everything because Destiny wanted to know, how did you feel about your husband not standing up there in the chapel and saying some beautiful words to you and not even participating in the chapel thing at all? And Tisha says, I was just over everything. I was just over it, girl. I was over my husband, Mel, Martell, Tiffany, everything. I understand her being over everything, but girl, you really was through when your husband didn't give you the response that you wanted. Okay. Tisha says that she was shocked to hear about Marcel's depression. But she also says she noticed that they have had like a disconnect between the both of them over some time. I thought that was interesting for her to open up because whenever she's talking to Mel, she don't say that. She always acts like everything is great, everything is perfect. She never really tells Mel the issues that she sees within the marriage. Is it just me? Am I missing something? Because that's what I get when Tisha talks to Mel. Tisha says that when it comes to her and I guess him, you know, whenever things are not going well for the both of them and she's feeling away, she decides to just suck up her feelings. She sucks up her feelings and she just keep it moving. And I'm like, that's so not fair to you, Tisha, because you're now doing exactly what it is that he wants you to do, which is not express yourself. And then it leaves you to be even more frustrated because you're not getting what it is that you want out of this marriage. And I just feel like that's just so effed up and that's just so unfair because I feel like Tisha is in a voiceless marriage. And I also feel like she's a single mom. She's a single mama in a married single mama. Leah, not Mia. Okay, that's a Leah. Gotcha. Okay. I was dying laughing when Destiny said that Louis had to marry Tiffany because she put him on the spot. I was like, Marlo would have been like, absolutely not. Okay, at least he went through with it and didn't leave her looking stupid because you're right. Marlo would have said, we're not doing this right here. That's not how we doing it. Okay, go away from me with this. She doesn't tell Mel because Mel told her about her man cheating and doesn't want to give Mel any sign of things going wrong with her marriage. Makes a lot of sense, right? Because at a later time and even before, so at a later time when she's talking to the therapist, she brings up these rumors. She talked about the rumors in the confessional. And then when she was with her mom on the patio and stuff, it was like she was trying to prove a point. That's what was coming off to me from Tisha. She was trying to prove a point to everybody, anybody that got something to say like, we're good, we're good, we're good. So that's where she's at. Anybody that got anything negative to say about her marriage, it's like she wants to try to prove a point. So girl, yikes. Tisha knows Marlo wants Mel. That's why she tells her little yikes, not he want Mel. Okay, Tisha doesn't want to tell Mel the truth about her marriage because Mel already told her Marlo is cheating on her. Yikes. Suppressed feelings gets us nowhere. Absolutely nowhere. But she act like Mel not gonna see it on TV. She act like everybody not gonna see it on TV, honey. Okay, so Marlo and Miss Martell, let's get to them. Martell speaks with Marlo about the 47 acres and how he is still working on it, right? Martell just linked up with someone else to help, which was confusing to me, right? I'm like, didn't you just link up with this dude outside one day and trying to get him to be a part of this? And then now here it is, you're going over to Marlo and trying to get Marlo to be a part of this. I was confused because I'm like, well, what happened with that dude? Did y'all fall out? Did something else go wrong? Did they realize they didn't want to work with you? So now you're coming back to your good Judy, Mr. Marlo, trying to get him to be a part of this. Yeah, I'm a little confused. Okay. Martell just needs a partner with the builder's license, basically. Okay. And I'm like, Martell, you also at some point was studying for your builder's license. We filmed a lot in between this time frame. Why the hell you haven't sit and studied for this builder's license? As much as you like to go to the gym and work out and get your muscles as swole as they are, you should be able to sit down and study if that's what you say you really want. I'm confused. What's going on? Okay, get it together, Mr. Martell. He wants Marlo, like I said, to help out again. Martell tells Marlo about Kris coming and how Kris ended up speaking with Mel and about how Mel was actually considering building on that property. Martell speaks on talking with Mel about it, but then says that because Marlo is like, well, how did you say it to her when you came to her? How was the conversation? He said, well, I can't really recall. I don't think I was mean, you know what I'm saying? But you know how I am. Sometimes I just can't recall, when I'm going to the left. I said, baby, you went to the left. You was rude. You was disrespectful. You was mad and you was hating. You know that, okay? Marlo asked if he would be okay with working with Mel on this together. That's what I would think. Just go to her and work with her together. See, both of y'all love you and Mel. Y'all love talking about generational wealth. Y'all love talking about these 4 damn kids, but y'all don't want to come together and put things to the side to work on that. I feel like Martell, in all honesty, as much as he may blow up, I feel like to get the money from this, I feel like Martell just might put some of that stuff to the side. He may not even bring it up. But because Mel is not yet over it, I do believe that Mel is going to say something to trigger him. And then they're going to get into an argument. And then it's going to be like they just can't work together. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I don't like it. Y'all leave y'all thoughts and comments down below. I want to believe that they can work together, but girl, one of the two of them ain't gonna let it happen. And I feel like it's probably gonna be more so Miss Mel. She gonna definitely bring up what he did in the past, okay? And there's that. Let me see what y'all saying about that. Marlo needs to realize Martell is using him because of his builder's license. Martell isn't a true friend. He always sprays Marlo's business and started the cheating rumors. I understand what you're saying, Claire. He should realize that Martell is using him, but I feel like in that industry, they all use each other. They do. They all, that's called networking in a sense, right? So not only is it's also going to be a useful benefit, in my opinion. If Marcel works with Martell on this deal, he's getting money from it. It's not like he's not getting anything. Like, you're getting a lot of money from it, and you're going to be able to be notarized in the paper as one of the builders for this particular project, which could possibly open up doors for you getting other opportunities to build in the surrounding areas. So I understand what you're saying, and he may spray his business, but let's be honest, Marcel wouldn't even have the business he got if it wasn't for Martell at the time. He and Melody at the time when everything was going great and Marcel was out here struggling. So they came up with a company to pull together. So I feel like there are benefits, but he just gonna have to be a little more careful about his business when it comes to Martell. Okay, there needs to be an understanding, child. Martell should be certified and saying, you want custody of the kids you can't take care of, honey. Yikes, baby. I was thinking the same thing about Martell. Why is he still harassing Mel about the children instead of getting his builder's license? Like, that's important. Go get that builder's license. I would get tired as a man. Like, if I'm in bankruptcy and I'm tapped out, for me, I'm going to want to study myself, because one thing about me, I don't like to depend on people for a whole lot, right? And I love to put myself in a position where you're going to need me before I need you, right? So I'm going to do what it is that it takes to always be in that position as much as I can. So he needs to get in that type of bag of, you're going to need me before I need you. Let me go ahead and drill down, study, get this builder's license and any other license that I need to get, because I guarantee you're going to need me before I need you, right? And it's crazy, but the moment Mel started throwing out these divorce topics and stuff, he should have been considering that from the very beginning. He should have been thinking about that from the very beginning. So should we ever divorce? You know what I'm saying? I hate to say it, she gonna need me before I need him. But see, Mel was already operating like that. Mel was like, baby, you gonna need me before I need you. So she was already operating in a space of, I promise you, when I leave you, I'm not gonna have to fall back and depend on you. Understand that. And he should have had that shit together while he was over there humping and bumping. Thank you so much for the super chat. Kavan, I hope I said it right. I don't watch this show, but from the clips I've seen, Martell needs a little swooping. He mad annoying. Love your videos. Thank you so much. I appreciate the super chat. Yeah, girl, he can be extremely annoying and contradictory. Okay, he could be wholeheartedly foolish out here in these streets, child. I don't think I read this. I think he would try to take over it if they were working together, and she is going to get mad because he ain't really bringing SHI to the table. You know what? When they talk, I can see that. I can see that, and when I really can see that when you say that. So they both will be struggling. She gonna bring up some stuff from the past, and he's gonna try to discredit her because of the conversation he had with her when they were coming out of therapy or something, and he asked her like, "How you gonna build on it? And you ain't never even built anything before. You just got a license." So he's definitely going to throw that into her face and make it seem like she's inadequate and she's incapable of, completing this project because of that. I have to agree with that. I can see that happening too. They definitely should, but Mel is still healing. Martell needs to stop. He is an yes, but they need to get that money. Mel did say, talk to Martell first. Granted, she did. And I am willing to put some of this blame on Kris as we go into this. Based on my notes, I'll probably bring this up again. But I'm willing to put some of the blame on Kris because Martell brought this project to his good Judy, right? Because he wanted to put money in his friend's pocket. So I just feel like it only would have been fair if he would have brought both of them into a room and sat them both down and had the conversation with both of them, right? Hey, brought y'all here strictly for business. We'll throw all the personal out at this time. Listen, Martell, I just want to let you know ahead of time, X, Y, Z, ABC. At this time, they're actually looking at, doing it with Mel, whatever. And maybe that could have been a time where both of them say, well, can we do it together? Can we still collab? Like, maybe they could have worked some things out originally, but Kris is messy. Kris is messy. And I would not do another project with Kris again, unless he would literally be my last option. Like, I won't work with Kris again. Just on how he handled this whole situation, in my opinion, I just feel like he was messy as hell. Okay. What was the question? Yeah, that's when Marcel asked, would you consider working with Mel? I felt like that was a great question because I was thinking about it as well. Like, if this is about your kids, generational wealth, legacy, then y'all should be able to put the BS aside for their future. Okay, let's get it together. If you didn't get it right while in the marriage, Martell, at least try to get it right now. Okay, it's bigger than you, sir. Martell says that he would be open to doing it with her. He says that it would be amazing if they did it together because they still have kids together. Great way of thinking, but are you going to be able to keep that mindset throughout everything? Are you going to be able to keep that mindset? Okay. Marcel thinks it's unlikely because they won't be able to put personal to the side for business. Okay. Kris arrives and he gives them an update on the 47 acres. And Marcel asks Kris about them working together and doing this together. What are his thoughts? Kris says that it's no guarantee that Mel will do it. Keep that in mind. He said it's no guarantee that Mel will even be doing this 47-acre project. Keep that in mind. Even though the client, quote unquote, requested that it's with Mel, it's still not a guarantee that Mel will be doing it. Keep that in mind. Okay. But he thinks it's possible for them to be able to do business and not have to deal with the personal. Okay. So that's what Mr. Kris is saying. And if you feel that way, then why didn't you come to both of them to begin with? If you felt like they'll be able to put things to the side. Now, granted, I understand how it was looking based on your client wanting to only work with Mel, but I felt like you could have had this conversation with both of them, especially when Martell brought this project to you and put money in your pocket. Destiny. Okay. So Destiny and Tiffany linked up. Tiffany arrives and hugs on Miss Destiny. She said she was a little apprehensive about coming, girl. She said, girl, listen, girl, you snapped on me the last time. All right, you snapped on me back there in Vegas, girl, and I didn't know how the hell it was going to be here with these drinks and everything involved, okay? So I was on red alert, wasn't really sure if I should come, but I decided, I want to get this extra coin in this film time, so I went ahead and I sat down with you, so don't make me regret this, okay? All right, then. So then Tiffany says that, no, Destiny tells her that they both got a smart mouth. First, she tells Tiffany, girl, you got a smart mouth, right? Tiffany said, me? Girl, I kind of, is it smart or is it truthful? Which one is it? Girl, does the truth hurt? Can you not take it? Like, is it just my, and Destiny said, girl, yeah, you got a smart mouth, but it's okay. Because, we see each other. We both got a smart mouth. So we hear, girl. Okay. Destiny tells her that she was still poking the bear. Cause I guess Tiffany wanted an example. She was like, girl, you know how we got into it and I was getting ready to leave and remove myself. You continue to poke the bear. Yes, ma'am. Okay. So I didn't like that. And it really could have went left from there. Now, Tiffany says, well, let me challenge you with this, Destiny. She says, let me challenge you to think about things a bit differently. Okay. She says, she ended up mentioning like you were new to the group at one point, right? So were you well received? Did the ladies like you or whatever? And then Destiny tells her that, she said, well, I put myself right in your pink pumps. I was like, what the fuck? She said, I put myself in your shoes. She says, the difference is when I came into the group, I didn't have no tea. Okay, like you had tea for everybody, you were serving everybody, honey, but that's not what it is that I did. And Destiny said, okay, so you want to, not Destiny, but Tiffany says, okay, so you're agreeing that you were not a problem at all. You had no issues. You were perfect when you came into this group. Okay. And that's when Destiny had to be honest and say, girl, no, girl, you right, girl. I was not a saint. I wasn't a saint at all, girl. Okay. Because they gave us a flashback of with Kimmy, and Destiny ended up getting into it about LeBerick and him being a cook or whatever he got going on. Okay. Tiffany says that she often feels like she's misunderstood. All right. And then Destiny to me had some nerve to tell Tiffany that in this group, we're always challenged to be transparent. Okay. She says we're always challenged to be transparent, but we don't know anything about you. And I said, not you. Come to the front. Destiny. Come here. Not you talking about y'all being challenged in the group to be transparent, yet you don't want to be transparent your damn self. I felt a way about that. Now, granted, we could definitely use more tea on Miss Tiffany, girl. You definitely can spill your own. But Destiny, we're not going to let you sit up here and act like you've been giving when you haven't been giving. You've been giving everybody else's business as well. Okay? You've just been a little more, your approach has been much more different than Miss Girl. Okay? So let's not, okay? I don't know, y'all got some things. It's a little confused up here, girl. It's a little, okay? Let me see what else y'all saying over here. Destiny is the pot calling the kettle black. Ain't it, girl? How black is the kettle? Destiny and Tiffany are just alike. Tiffany is more outspoken than Destiny, and I agree with Destiny about how Tiffany came into the group. I think Mel pretty much have a small bio about the group. Let's see. Tiffany is a true shoe dazzle member. Good night. Girl, they didn't have to zoom in on that lady pumps like that. Y'all know Tiffany is an older woman. I think she is. And maybe she's still having, trying to find herself. Okay. I don't believe Tiffany was being sincere the first time she met Destiny. I believe she was being shady, and now she's backpedaling very nicely because I kind of didn't hate her this week. I can agree with that. She definitely came off doing the most. I think she went with the direction of the producers. And over time, seeing how it's not looking so great for her, she decided to give a much more, I think this apology was much more sincere. But they had to, get through a few things. Okay. They had to dive deeper about each other for that to really happen. He stole 17K from Mel and cheated with, but mad because she trying to get her money up. Ooh, girl. Did he really steal the 17K, or was it in a joint account? Because if it's in a joint account, then them banks and them judges don't always give a damn about that. If y'all married and it was acquired at that time. So, I mean, it could have been a day money. Yikes, I need more information on that. When they showed Tiffany's pumps, I hollered, hear me. I said, y'all so trifling. Y'all are so trifling for that. Y'all don't have to do that woman like that. She is still trying to respect Martell by letting him know Kris offered. SHI, she a better woman than me. I don't see it for Tiffany. But her life story broke my heart. Yeah, I definitely felt bad for her in that moment. Tiffany dresses like she is so sorry. Kmart clothes. Jacqueline Smith collection. It was a joint account and they were supposed to split the money, but he emptied the. Oh, gotcha. Okay, yeah, gotcha. Yeah, that was definitely messed up. Unfortunately, I think in the courts, I don't think that would matter because it was a joint account. I wonder though. But either way, it was effed up. It was wholly effed up. If they do this, it's a win for the both of them and their children. It's not rocket science. But I think Martell can't stand Mel making things happen out here. He says he made her. Okay, let me go ahead and read on, child. Okay, because you probably got a point there. Okay. Destiny. Okay, Destiny asked Tiffany, like, girl, what's your dirt? Since you out here telling everybody, girl, what is yours? And I'm like, girl, can you follow it up with yours? Okay. So then Destiny said, well, girl, let me just tell you this, not Destiny, but Tiffany. And listen, honey, I wasn't always Tiffany. And I said, girl, what you mean you wasn't always Tiffany? You wasn't born Tiffany. What did you about to let us know? Okay, so she says that her original name, her born name was Jamie Lynn Payne. She was given up for adoption. Okay, she was biracial, but it seems like what she said was her mother kept all of her white children, but ended up giving her up for adoption. And I said, girl, if that ain't some mess, that's messed up. Okay. What else did she say? She said her mom kept her white kids and gave her up. Yeah. So Destiny opens up and lets her know that we can relate because I grew up in foster care and children homes because my mother continues to have a drug addiction to this day. Girl, that is sad. That is so sad. I really hate that for Destiny. So I feel like based on especially Destiny's background, it makes sense why she's so guarded and feel the need to always show up as though she's tough and lack the show of emotion or whatever, right? Very interesting. I hate that for her, but at least she opened up and gave us that because I didn't even know that about her. So I appreciate Destiny for feeling comfortable enough to share that with us. Okay. Tiffany struggled with finding herself. She said she found out from her neighbor that she was adopted. I said, girl, that's so messy. Girl, that is so messy. Girl, I would have been knocking on my neighbor door. You had told my child that this is my turn. I got to tell her that. You don't tell my child she adopted. Open up the door, Caroline. I see you in there, girl. I see you on that couch. Open up the door, ma'am, because we need to talk about some things. I'm going to be right here knocking on this door till you come out, Caroline. Call who you need to call, girl. We need to talk. Girl, I would have been right over there just knocking. Stop knocking. Don't come knocking at my door. Girl, I'm still here, ma'am, because you're not going to tell my child this information that was supposed to roll off my lips. Girl, I confided in you. You trifling. Okay? That lady must have got mad with Miss Tiffany mama and ended up telling this girl the information. I said, no, she didn't. Anyway, Tiffany says the transparent Tiffany, she can't take credit for her without understanding how she became who she is or something like that. I ain't gonna lie, I was a little confused on where Tiffany was going. And I kind of felt like at the same time, Tiffany, like I understand where you're going. I hear your story. I understand it's sad, but what the hell that got to do with how you came at these ladies with that information? What that got to do? Is it because you didn't really feel like you belong for such a long time that when you spot something out about them, you want to speak on it or something? Like, I don't know. Y'all let me know, because I mean, I may not even be saying it right. Girl, okay, that definitely was not her place, even though they should have told Tiffany. Why won't Destiny share her? She's newly divorced. Girl, that mouth and that attitude, she gives too much, honey. She's still what? Still, she hurtful and harmful. Are you speaking on Miss Tiffany? Tiffany is messy, not transparent, and that's what I was like confused. Let me see. Hold on. Girl, these things is going so quick. Exactly, Jamie. Tiffany's story had nothing to do with her behavior. Okay, so I thought it was like just me. I was like, I hear you. I understand what you're saying. However, you still came at these ladies wrong, and we really want to get to that. So I don't know how to connect that back to her story though, but okay, there's that, honey. Where else? Okay, Destiny thinks Tiffany has a guard up to deflect from what she's really going through. And I said, great job. Good for you, Destiny, because girl, you're describing yourself as well. That's what I was getting. You also, I feel like you deflect as well, okay, so that you can shield what's going on from you. And we just saw you do that with Miss Tisha, when you was talking to Tisha, and Tisha said, talk to you about everything you've been going through this year. And then you turned around and said, oh, well, how was the Vegas trip? Yeah, girl, everybody don't want to hear your sad story. So how was the Vegas trip? Okay, girl, straight deflection. You were definitely deflecting. You didn't want to talk about it either. So you're talking about Tiffany when you said Susan. Let's move on. Okay, Tiffany apologizes and recognizes the fact that she was out of line. I do feel like her apology came off as though it was sincere. So much so, Destiny was even shocked. She looked at her like, okay. She actually received that apology, but once again, we'll believe it when we see it. Next time you get some information, we're going to see how you're going to go about approaching these ladies with this information you learn. Are you going to pull them to the side? You just going to blurt it out in front of everybody? What you going to do? Okay. And in addition, I feel like, Tisha, you should have your own conversation with Tiffany as well. You should have your own conversation with her as well, instead of everybody else speaking up for you. So you're going to have to grow strong in that. Okay. All in all, I did like the fact that these ladies were able to sit down, come to an understanding, and I guess kind of build some type of connection between the both of them. So I wasn't mad at that at all. Tiffany ends up inviting Destiny to her anniversary party, to which Destiny said that she will definitely be in attendance. So I said, okay, we'll see how long this is going to last. But I wasn't mad at it, y'all. Tiffany just wanted to give the don't hate me story to justify acting the acts. Okay, she probably planned that all along. Yikes. Destiny just needs to keep talking about her life, and we'll be fine. Can we talk about Miss Tiffany's attire? Where is she buying her clothes so I can make sure not to shop there? Girl, y'all gonna have to let me know who is worst. Is it gonna be Giselle or is it gonna be Tiffany? Who's worse? You know what? I'm gonna give it to Giselle, because Giselle has been on her show long enough to know that you need to come with it a little better. Okay, Miss Tiffany has time to grow. All right, she has time to grow. What, she came on with a pink top, and was it some plaid pants and some pink pumps? Y'all help Miss Tiffany. Y'all work with her now. Help her out a little bit. Okay, Destiny be so pissed when Mel takes up for Tiffany. OMG. I don't quite understand it. I feel like that apology was not genuine. Really? You don't think it was genuine, Amina? I felt like it was. Maybe you've probably felt like that because she didn't necessarily, I guess, directly address her behavior and why she came at the ladies. Maybe that's probably why, I don't know. Let me know your thoughts. Clearly Tiffany doesn't know the meaning of being transparent. Your past traumas are reasons, but not excuses or justifications for bad, unhealthy behavior. And there it is right there. Destiny still has not spilled any tea. Well, she kind of opened up about her mom. I got to give her that. Tamara, like, she opened up and talked about her mom continuing. She said her mama had a drug addiction. Then she corrected it and said she has one. So I'm like, I'll take a little bit of that. I'll give that. But the tea we want her to spill is the reason about why she got a divorce. We know why Mel and Martell got a divorce. We kind of know a little bit about if Tisha and Marlo was to get a divorce, why. So it's like, girl, give us some information. Hell, we about know why Kylie and Maurice done got a divorce. And we still don't know nothing about Miss Destiny, honey. Now, Ashley said, sorry, still don't like Tiffany, girl. What else is going on? And Moni says, right, I still don't like Tiffany. Oh, my God. Okay. Y'all a mess out here in these comments, ain't it? I too did not feel the apology. I too did not feel the apology was genuine. We will see if Tiffany meant her apology, if her behavior changes. If not, she didn't. Truth. Okay, let's go ahead and move on. Something about Tiffany and her husband seems off to me, like it's something they don't want us to know. If something is always right, something is wrong. Interesting. Okay, so Mel and Kris link up. Mel goes over to check on, talk to Kris because, she's considering these 47 acres. She just needed him to talk to Martell before she really makes, a dig at anything, okay? So Mel says Martell has, Kris tells Mel about how Martell felt like he should have got first dibs and he should have been made aware of it because they're friends. And Mel said, but we all friends. Like, why couldn't you tell? You know what I'm saying? Why did it have to be him first? Agreed. I understand where Mel came from. I feel like he should have talked to both of them at the same time, if that's the case, versus going to one over the other. And maybe he, in Kris' defense, maybe he wasn't sure considering the fact that they were getting a divorce. Maybe he felt like it was just a rough spot to have both of them in the room at the same time, possibly, child. But excuse me, I still feel like it could have went to he could have talked to Martell about it first. Mel says Martell has no control over her career. Okay, she gonna do what she want to do whenever she want to do it, how she want to do it. Okay, that time has run its course. You're not gonna run me, boo. So that's how she's feeling. Okay, Mel says that she also says that he doesn't think she should get a piece of the pie. This is how Mel is feeling. Martell feels, and I don't know if it's that he really doesn't think that she should get a piece of the pie. I think Martell probably just wanted to feel considered and included, right, in what was going on. He should have been focusing on getting his license, though, in my opinion. And then maybe he won't have to deal with none of this shit. Kris asked Mel if she plans on getting 2 or 3 lots. Mel said, well, baby, I got these kids, so I'm not going to be doing no 2 to 3 lots, okay? This is about generational wealth and the legacy of my 4 kids. So if that's what we're doing, it won't be 2 or 3 lots, okay? It may be 1 for each of them. It may even be 6, okay? So just know it's not going to be 2 or 3, okay? I'm about my money, period. So I still feel like y'all can do this together, Mel. And I say I feel like they can figure out a way to make this happen together. Because I feel like y'all brought this show to Carlos together. And whether you guys really want to film with each other or not, you're making it work. Okay, you guys, sometimes y'all have had moments on the screen when y'all weren't arguing and y'all got along, and then sometimes y'all weren't. You know what I'm saying? And I also feel like when you're working in business, you ain't gonna get along with everybody. It's some because you don't like some people. You're gonna have to slick check while you're working on the project. You're gonna have to get them together just a little bit, But I still feel like people can make you can make it happen, especially if you look at the bigger purpose. Okay, it's bigger than y'all two and the drama y'all got. It's about y'all kids. So let's go ahead and do what we got to do for this time, and let's move on. What else? Okay, so Kris goes on to tell Mel about the meeting that Marlo had with Martell or Martell had with Marlo. And for me, this is why I say Kris messy as fuck. Because if you sat up there and you said that Mel it's no guarantee that Mel is going to end up doing the project, then why the fuck would you sit up there and tell her about the meeting that Martell had with Marlo? See, you being messy as hell. And I don't like that. And for me, I won't work with Kris again. This will be the first and last project I work with Kris. So whatever Kris got going on, I would sit up there and find somebody else that I can rely on, some other friends I got in real estate, build a rapport with them, network with them, and I'll probably pull them in. Because at this point, y'all probably need somebody that's not going to be y'all friend, girl. Because I just felt like Kris was just doing too much. I feel like this was messy as hell. This was messy as hell. I didn't like that at all. Kris acting like Peter, messy as ain't he? They can find someone else besides Kris. He's just in it because of drama and money hungry. I can see that. In addition, Kris already has a client. So they could go out and find somebody else, and hopefully that person has a client. Then they'll boot Kris out the way altogether, I would think, and wouldn't even need him. But I won't want to do no work with him no more after this. None. Absolutely not. Okay. What else? Let me see. Either way, the kids are going to win, but Martell is focused on the wrong things. Maurice looked like Kimmy scratched that neck. What? I thought it was a scar at first. What? Maurice looking like Miss Girl scratched him up. Girl, I gotta go back and look at that. Girl, I didn't even pay attention. Y'all is funny. Okay, Mel does not like the fact that he can go and get. Now when Mel broke this down, it really made sense, right? It made sense, and I ain't like it. Okay. Mel goes on to explain how she felt the way about Martell going to Marceau trying to get him to co-sign on doing this project. Right, knowing that they got kids together or whatever, and it's like she was feeling like you trying to take money out my pocket and food out of their mouth or whatever to go and work with him instead of getting on one accord probably with her or whatever. So she felt like he was trying to cut her out of the deal. So when she said that, I was kind of like, okay, I see what you're saying. Y'all could definitely do this together because he could have came to you, but could he have really come to you though, Mel, to do this with you? But I do feel like now he didn't gave her enough ammunition to really go harder at securing this space or these few lots or whatever. So I'm like, oh girl, this is messy, and I blame you, Kris, because you was messy as hell. You ain't even have to share that information with Miss Mel, especially when the conversation came up about the both of them working together, and possibly, right? So now Martell can't even go to her with that type of conversation because now you done told her this thing. So even when he go to her for to try and work with her, they gonna have an argument, because she's going to feel like he was trying to scoop her out of the deal anyway. So I just felt like Kris was messy as hell for that. Messy. But let's go ahead and move on, child. Maurice. Okay, Maurice at work. Y'all know what's so funny? These Scots cannot keep nobody working for them for nothing. What are y'all doing? Okay, because he talked about somebody ended up getting sick, not returning, then somebody else quitting. And I said, see, y'all got to lean out on your own understanding, baby. Because some over there y'all doing, it's not working. It's not working, okay? It won't work, okay? Get it together. So Martell stops by because Martell needs help with his credit, baby. He done dropped 100 points, okay? He needs some help. So y'all know he had to file for bankruptcy and stuff. So he going to see Maurice to get some help. Maurice told him, listen, honey, bankruptcy, it's not going to fix everything, okay? Girl, it's not going to affect everything. It's going to affect some things, but not everything, okay? He lets him know that in order for him to get, credit based on real estate, it's going to take up to 2 years. And Martell is like, ain't no 2 years well. I ain't got no 2 years to wait on no shit like this. You got me fucked up. You had 5 years to fuck on the period. You're going to have to wait them 2 years, baby. Okay. All right. You had time when you was out here fooling around, fool-la-la, and doing whatever it is you want to do. So now you're going to have to fool-la-la and wait. Okay. Anyway, so Maurice tells him in order for him to get his credit back up, he needs to add more credit, add some new credit to his profile or whatever. So you're going to have to just start from scratch and build it up, honey. But it's going to take some time. It's not going to happen overnight. Girl, you should have thought about this. Girl, you was out here running the mug, baby. Bye. Maurice goes on to talk to Martell basically about depression and everything that Marceau was going through and stuff, and how he's been realizing these things that he's been going through as well. And he would like to have, go to therapy. He will recommend it for Martell as well. And I'm like, baby, Martell already had therapy. Where you been? The issue with Martell is not so much as him going to therapy, it's Martell stopping. Okay, Martell stopped going to therapy. All right. And he started leaning on his own understanding instead of continuing to go to therapy and continuing to work through this. Okay. Right. So that's where Martell went wrong while you over there you can go though. You can go. I don't know why Maurice trying to get everybody to go to therapy with him. Baby, if you want to go to therapy, honey, just go. Okay. They'll fall in line when they're ready. But Martell, you was already in therapy. Your problem is that you stopped. I don't know why you stopped. Anyway, I'm still confused as to how Martell lost everything. Let me go. Okay, how Martell lost everything. I guess Melody really was the brains behind their success while he was just around stunting. I don't know. I think probably a lot of their businesses had to dissolve if they didn't split some stuff down the middle. So I don't know. That's a great question. 100-point drop, child, please. That credit was probably always jacked up. I can see that because I'm like, if you got a high credit score and it dropped by 100 points, I would think that you still could get some type of stuff going. You're still at a good enough rating, but it probably was already low for it to drop by, honey. He gonna have to wait 2 years to get it back up. Ooh, honey. Yikes. Okay, when you go for cheap thrills, it always turns out to be expensive, don't it? Girl, that need to be somebody's tagline. Martell, blame your ding along for everything. Business practices equals marriage practices. I'm glad he is getting a reality check. Girl, this is a very expensive one. Martell's game plan is to try to get full custody of Melody's 4 children so he can get child support and spousal support, and that would be definitely messed up. And I don't know if he signed a child support decree or anything saying that she won't put him on child support, but she should have also said, should he ever try and come get these kids, he can't put me on it either. That would be some shady, messed up stuff. But I also feel like if he didn't put her on child support or anything, I feel like I could see him wanting them to claim them on tax for tax purposes, right? That's what I'm saying, tax purposes, and a way to probably for business purposes, probably get out of paying so much in taxes by probably putting the kids down as employees or something like that. So I definitely can see him doing some little sneaky stuff. Right, even if he wasn't trying to seek out for child support or for spousal support from Mel. The Scott's business practices are suspect. Why is their staff always quitting? That's the question that I want to know. Hey, Keisha Keish, what's up, boo? Yes, I caught Maurice saying someone quit because of their workload. Yes, right? And then he gonna sit up there and tell the sister to just jump in and do the most. And she was like, I'm confused. You want me to jump in and carry the ball as if I don't already have the ball and been running with it this long? What are you talking about? I was like, girl, he was trying to play it up for the cameras, girl. He know his life in shambles. His life in shambles. I feel like Maurice like to play it up and act like he got everything together. And his life is just grand and everything is fine sometimes. He's in control. No, he not. That's why them ladies ran up out of there. Okay? You probably ain't got no organization and need them to figure out the different practices and what the workflow is going to be. I said the same thing. Everyone keeps leaving their companies. Kris probably trusts Melody to be more dependable than Martell. That could be why he said the client wanted to work directly with her. Yikes. But if it was related to the fact that Martell cheated, Kris, you out of line because you was one of them cheaters too at some point, and you out here excelling in your business, honey. So it had better been something that the client said. Okay, wait a minute. He's trying to cut her out because when they were talking after that counseling session, that was his opportunity to tell her, let's work together. But he said, you never build nothing. Right. He definitely could have had the conversation then with her if he really wanted to work with her. And obviously, it don't look like he did. He just got in his feelings immediately about being not included, left out, and her being gone to directly for the project. But even in that conversation, I don't even think Mel said she was 100% sold on it. I think she was just considering it. Girl, that man, no, he just be shooting himself in the foot. Martell knows it's always cut off to spite his face. If listening to her screech comes with a good deal, oh, well, right. Right, Martell is always talking about how good of a father he is. Why not secure the land you know for a fact will be passed down to them? Why? Okay. So once Mel explained that in his office, it started to make sense. It just started to make sense. I was like, okay, I see now. Him going to Marlo instead of just coming to you, knowing that you've already been offered, and that's the preference of a client, then why not just get with your ex-wife and just see if y'all can get on one accord? What was that about? Now he going all around the world. I don't understand that. Mel let the people know she can buy 40 lots and she's got the coins. Come on, because that means that their credit was already intact, okay? And that means that she made sure when she left that marriage, he was going to need her before she needed him, okay? Period. She already knew how this was going to go. She was getting everything in order. Baby, I am stuck on Band-Aid and my Band-Aid stuck on me. What? Martell and Mel are bad for business. They're not even good divorced. If Martell gets the deal, he will probably squander the money he gets and be broke again in a month. I don't know. He might. There's always a possibility. I don't know. I will hope that he doesn't do that. Okay, because you ain't got Mel to fall back on now. You got yourself to fall back on, and you got these kids that's relying on you. He better not mess that money up. Martell was greedy when he wanted everything from the marriage. Now that he has it, he lost everything because Mel was the brains and was. Yikes. Okay, let's go ahead and read on, honey. Let's get into Tisha and this therapy. Let's talk about it. Okay, so Tisha, she meets with a therapist and speaks on being burnt out because she's doing a lot as a mom. And the guy was like, but aren't you married? And she was like, yeah, I am. So basically what he got is what everybody else got. She's a married single woman. Okay, and that's what we all captured from that conversation. Okay, Tisha opens up to being raised by a single mom, and she doesn't even know what the dynamic looks like to have a male in the household, and I guess play that head of household role along with her mom because her mom was doing everything right. She speaks on how her grandmother, though, prior to that, her grandmother was a person that did a lot of catering to the males, right? And I guess I kind of understand why the grandma would do that, because at one point, I guess back in grandma's life, the men were the ones that were out there working and doing everything in the field, whereas, she most likely was just at the house. So it was her job to at least probably have everything in the house intact while he was going to be outside the house, slaving and working, making money or whatever. So maybe that's why, but okay. But basically she says that she is kind of at that place now where it seems like she's doing everything, likely catering more to her husband, but it's not something that she's trying to do intentionally, but it's just like where she is. And I'm like, it seems like it's intentional because you're falling in alignment with what your husband wants. And you're considering him, which is to me catering to him more than you're considering yourself and stuff. And I don't like that. And I feel like that's not good for her son as he get older. I mean, it also depends on how the son is viewing everything as well. I would hate for her son to grow up and feel like his word is end all be all. And his wife doesn't have much of a say in things, and she has to follow this and follow that. And you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think that's healthy. I don't think that's healthy at all, but okay. So she tells the doctor about her husband going through depression. She thought it was because he had a heavy workload. And we learned that Marlo blames Tisha for her desire of material things. So when she wants these material things, I guess it puts more stress and pressure on him to fulfill that and get that for her, I guess. But she says that he also likes material things. So, the doctor is feeling like, well, he's using your material things as a contribution to his depression. And then he asked her, like, do you agree with that? Do you feel like you contribute to his depression? You're the reason for it or whatever. And she was like, no, I don't. So she opens up about him giving her affection, right? She didn't used to get that a lot as a kid. Her mama didn't really tell her, I love you and all that other stuff. So she... It kind of was a different dynamic, I guess, when he started giving her a lot of affection, which is really interesting because I'm like, he gave you a lot of affection because I don't see none of it now. Like, where did it go? Is it because he's depressed, or did he never really give you affection for real to begin with, but the little bit that he did give you was more than what your mama was giving? Okay, a hug here and there. Like, I guess, honey. She also kind of talked about how when it comes to the material things, that's how she kind of also is able to connect his love to her, because he'll give her things, right? So like, yeah, he'll give her the affection here or there, but he's not a person that's like, oh, I'll give you these new shoes, or I'll give you this car. But once he goes out and do that, she feels like it's a big sign because he's operating outside of what he normally does or what he will do or whatever. So I'm like, okay. The doctor tells her that when he does tell her he loves her and she doesn't believe him, then that means that there's something going on within her. And I was like, well, that's true. Y'all both at fault somewhere in this. And I feel like if he tells her he loves her and she doesn't believe it, I feel like it could be a number of things, right? She brought up the rumors. It could be the rumors and how other people are, right? And what they say about her relationship. But I also feel like it also could be rooted in how he's treated her too. Right. So if he's not showing her, if he's not being that affectionate person he used to be, or doing certain things he used to do, or saying things he used to say, then that could be a contributing factor as well as to why she probably doesn't believe that he loves her, in addition to the rumors that are out here. And I feel like she's so drawn to the rumors also because of how she sees her husband move, because he's giving her room to believe that there are possibilities that what these people are saying are true. Right. But if he's, doing everything right, how he should be, then it'll be easier for her to let the rumors roll off her back, because she know they foolish. She know they just talking because they don't know what's going on in her household. Her man do this, that, and the other. Right. But I feel like it's a little bit of, I ain't gonna say truth, but I think that he makes her feel like it could be a little bit of truth to those stories based on how he acts. She tells him about the Vegas trip and how she wanted to renew the vows, but he felt like it was a joke, which was messed up. And she was highly disappointed about that. But this is where Tisha messes up. She did not express to him how disappointed it was for her. And the reason for that is because he makes her feel stupid when she does do it. And I don't know what else I was gonna say about that, but primarily he just makes her feel stupid, so she just shut down and she doesn't, give her thoughts about that. And I just think that's unfair because she's still operating how he wants her to operate. And I don't know. I don't like it. Okay. She says that she wanted him to prove to the people that with the rumors how much he loves her. So once again, she wanted to do that to prove us wrong. But I like how the doctor said, what's real? What did he say? What's real doesn't have to be proven or something like that. Something he said, like, I can't remember what it was that he said, but I like it. I kind of remember what he said. Oh, that's what he said. The doctor says that truth needs no defense. Okay. What is it about you that makes you feel like you need to defend him? Right. And Tisha says that she had what's in her. It was a weird response because she said something like, I have to be absolutely certain that the rumors are not true in order for me to feel comfortable, like, I guess, absolutely defending him. That little segment was confusing, but they ended up cutting it off. And we're going to get the rest of that in next week's episode. So I was a little confused because he asked her, he was like, well, what does that look like? And I was like, yeah, what does that look like? How do you go about confirming whether or not the rumors are true or if they're not true? Is it simply because he tells you that they're not true, or is it because he tells you to not feed into what people are saying? What is it? It's what I would like to know, but I was a little confused, okay, because I don't think she answered that question. What is it about you that makes you feel like you need to defend him? Right. And I feel like even with that, what is it about him that makes her feel like she needs to defend him? What is it that he doing? And I wish he would have followed it up with, do you feel like there is a small chance that what the rumors that are out there could possibly be true based on how it is he shows up to you and your family on a daily basis? Okay. But he never tell her it's not true. He just say, you know me. He does, right? And then he tries to discredit the public and make her feel like she's silly for believing the public. And I want her to tell him, well, if you made me feel more comfortable in our marriage and what we have going on, then what they had to say wouldn't sit on my shoulders. It would just roll down my back and it wouldn't be an issue of mine. Marlo seems emotionally unavailable to her. Marlo's actions just says that he does not want Tisha, and I want Tisha to move on. He definitely shows that he's really unhappy, and it could be depression, but ultimately he does show that he's truly unhappy in his marriage. The conversations have come up in different places where it seems like he is just sticking around for the kids. It's very unfortunate. This man, I can't even explain it, but I will say he spends more time outside of the house. A person, they're going to go do what they love. They're going to go do what they want. If they really love you and they want to be there with you, that's what they're going to do. Right? And I hate to hear that she takes these family trips and he's not willing to be present. That means that the love isn't there because the love is over there with the work. And that's not cool. And then he tries to disguise as, I'm working. I'm working or whatever. Like, that's fine. But you're going to do what you love, right? So do you not love us because you're not showing up here? Like, there should be no reason on a yearly basis we take family trips and you are not there for a single one. Like, I don't think that's fair. When he said Marlo was holding Tisha hostage for his depression, I was like, thanks. I low-key feel bad for Marlo if he isn't doing anything because it's hard to be deemed untrustworthy week after week by his wife, but then he turns around and eggs her on. He doesn't show her any affection because he gotta have his whole belief he's only there for the children. Tisha, that may be your husband, but he's checked out of the marriage. I hope Tiffany doesn't go back to Mel and say that Destiny said she interferes in their conversations because Mel will take offense. I hope she don't do that either. Please don't do that, Tiffany girl. Marlo finds a way to make Tisha the villain. He makes everything her fault and she accepts it. He gets off by making her insecure. He is emotionally abusive towards her. And I hate that because it seems like he's so emotionally unavailable to her, the kids, and sometimes others that he's trying to train her to be the same way. To just be emotionally unavailable. And I hate the dynamic, child. And it's crazy because, he could be, I don't know, he could be cheating, he could not be cheating. But I just don't like how he's trying to mold her into being what it is that he wants her to be. That's a power struggle. Those rumors are really getting into Tisha's heads, girl. In my opinion, Marlo loves Tisha, but he isn't in love. Some people don't realize those are two entirely different things. That's very true. I can see that too. I think that he definitely loves and cares about her, but he's not in love right now. He got to tap back into that. I don't know how he's going to do it. I don't know. Very interesting. It's making me think about how his brother and them talked about him not valuing family either. That's just where my mind is going. Did you notice Dr. Francis' face when he asked Tisha if she thought Marlo was depressed? It was almost like he was in disbelief that he was. I saw that. And then when she said she noticed that something was there, he was like, okay, because he was ready to go deep down in there, honey. Like, Tisha, you believe this SHI? Girl, he was ready to take it down and through that because he already had the whole thing set up. And she was like, well, I kind of felt like there was a little bit of that. I knew it was a disconnect somewhere, but I wasn't sure. Like, honey. Marlo never answers her because when it comes out, he can say he never lied about it. Ooh. I still think that Wanda should hire a private detective without telling Tisha to find out whether or not those rumors are true. Girl, that's a messy. Tisha knows her husband is cheating. I don't think he's unhappy in his marriage. I think he enjoys doing what he wants when he wants, period. Nothing to do with Tisha. Seems like she's saying she never wanted to be what she wanted because she married him too young. She married him too fast and didn't have a chance at doing what she wanted in life. That could be very true because she immediately went into mommy mode and wife mode, and not knowing exactly what that looks like from somebody else, she followed the road that he paved for her and what he wanted her to be in the marriage, and she went along with that because a lot of times you get pregnant at a young age by somebody, you feel the need to kind of prove to people that, we're gonna be together. You don't want to be one of those, I guess, statistics or whatever. So she just went along with that, and she didn't have an example. So let me do whatever it takes to make my relation, my marriage last and make it work, because I don't want to be a single mom. I don't want to do what my mom had to be out here doing as a single mom, but you end up doing it anyway. But it sounds like one of those situations where it's like you in it just to say that you got a husband. You married just to say that you married. You in a relationship just to say you got a boyfriend. Yikes. But that's pretty much it, y'all. That's all that took place on Love and Marriage Huntsville. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. I thank you guys so much for joining me, all 400 plus of you guys. Can we make sure that you guys hit that like button for your girl? Okay, share the video with somebody that may need to get through their day, their work day, or something like that. Okay, I'll be back with you guys for more content, more quick chats, Real Housewives of Potomac and stuff. So yeah, that's all I got. I'm Jamie. That's me. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share my videos, honey. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.